PFL. Indeed, he picked up a victory last year in New York City against Corey Cuppy with a first round TKO. He'll be hoping to do the same tomorrow night. And we see here now the season format for PFL MENA. We've got 8 fighters in each division, 4 weight divisions. Tomorrow night, lightweights and welterweights. 1 regular season fight each. The winners will progress to the semi-finals. Those semi-final winners will qualify for the finals, where $100,000 checks and championship belts await them. And along with that, of course, a regional championship, global opportunities could come their way. Our schedule here. Well, September 6th there for the playoffs. I hear that maybe moved to September 20th. We'll try and get confirmation for that. And our championship in November, where we will crown those champions and hand out those checks. Lives, careers will be changed in this region by the end of the year. That's fight card tomorrow night. Honestly, this is a scintillating one. We see there Mustafa Nada representing Saudi Arabia at the top of the bill, but it's a tough challenge against Abdel Drey, a man with a 9-2 record, knows how to finish. And then Jarrah Al-Salawi, perhaps by many singled out as a favorite in the welterweight division. He's called himself the best fighter in the region. Many have backed that up. Josh Togo, man who's traveled from Australia to represent his nation, will be taking part as well. Back-to-back bangers all night long tomorrow night here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Our early card as well sees the return of Hatan Al Saif, a female flying the flag for the Saudi Arabian region. A standout head kick stoppage in the second round back in May. She'll once again look to make a huge impression tomorrow night. We see there are lightweights and welterweights who will all be looking to book their places in the semi-finals and continue their quest for PFL MENA gold. So much to look forward to. As we take a look at our lightweight bracket, you see how it plays out there. We've got our 4 regular season bouts, which will take place tomorrow night, into the playoffs, which will take place in September, and then progressing on those $100,000 championships. A whole range of experiences, disciplines will be taking part. Omar Aguri, I spoke to him earlier this week. He was full of confidence, full of aspirations for what is to come. Again, I mentioned the PFL Europe system. We see Dakota Ditchefer, last year's champion, what she's now doing on the global stage. Take a look at our welterweight bracket now. As I mentioned, Jarrah Al-Salawi, many have singled him out as an early favorite, but those other 7 competitors will be thinking something very, very different. And we've seen how unpredictable these seasons can be. It only takes a split second to change the momentum of an entire fight. Which athletes will progress to the playoffs and then indeed to our $100,000 championships in November? We're going to find out the answer to those questions tomorrow night here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And we see here Mohammed Al-Akra, who'll be taking part in our co-main event tomorrow night. Can he progress? He's undefeated. But he goes up against Yusuf Wubas, another undefeated competitor, whose O will be retained tomorrow night. It's all to play for. And here's a man I spoke about earlier, Jarrah Al-Salawi. Plenty of PFL experience under his belt. Indeed, he earned his contract in the Challenger Series and has really opened the door for Arab fighters in the PFL. A whole swathe have come on board since his debut, but now he wants to get the regional crown. He wants to hold PFL MENA gold. And Hatan Al Saif, the prodigy, a woman who is really paving the way for females not only in this sport, but indeed in Saudi Arabia. The first Saudi Arabian female to be signed by a major mixed martial arts organization. Head kick knockout in the second round in her debut. Can she do it again? Can she add yet another highlight to her showreel of finishes? We'll have to wait and see. An exciting contest from top to bottom here in the Middle East tomorrow night.
تحياتي لكل المتابعين على قناة MBC أكشن متواجدين في الجرين هولز أرينا لإحياء هذا الحدث العظيم، حدث مهم لرياضة الفنون القتالية المختلطة MMA في المنطقة اللي راح يقام بكرة إن شاء الله الساعة 6 في توقيت المملكة العربية السعودية. بس اليوم نحن متواجدين لإحياء السيرمونيال واي إنز اللي من خلاله راح نعلن عن النتائج الرسمية والأوزان الرسمية لكل المقاتلين والمقاتلات اللي راح يشاركوا في هذا الكارد. راح نشوف الفيس اوفز واكسكلوسيف انترفيوز من خلال زميلي علي ان شاء الله. بس الان خليني ارحب على المسرح شخص جدا مهم يلعب دور رئيسي بالبي اف ال مينا سيريز، the vice president of fighter operations. رحبوا معاي بغوستافو فيرمينو. والآن خلينا نتعرف على المقاتلين في النزال الأول في فئة الفلاي وي شوكيس. المقاتل من الركن الأزرق من القاهرة مصر زياد the Panther
action begins with a
مختار.
showcase bout in the flyweight division. Hadi Al Husseini against the Panther Ziad Ayman Mokhtar. 100% finish rate and on a 5-fight win streak for the Panther. 126 pounds on the dot.
وخصمه في نزال اليوم من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة هادي عمر الحسيني.
Another undefeated athlete here. Has got a draw in his record, but has never been beaten. 4 of his 5 wins come by stoppage. So you've got to think this one is going to be fireworks to kickstart tomorrow night here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. No love lost between these two, that's for certain. They'll both be relishing this opportunity to showcase their skills on a grand stage. Hadi Al Husseini versus Ziad Ayman Mokhtar will kickstart tomorrow night's action.
والنزال الثاني اليوم في فئة اللايت ويت من الركن الأزرق من لبنان جورج بلدوزر
season bout of the night in the
عيد.
lightweight division. Abbas Khan against George Eid. The Bulldozer. Fight out of Lebanon, indeed he's an 8-time Lebanese Sanda champion, 3 times bronze medal at the Sanda World Champions and weighs in on the money at 155 pounds.
وخصمه في نزال اليوم من البحرين عباس جولدن ايجل خان.
Abbas Khan, 6-2, fight out of Bahrain. Went on a 6-fight win streak till his last contest in December. Looking to regroup, and what a platform to be doing it on. Can he take his first steps towards PFL MENA gold? A lot of mutual respect between these two. It's our first regular season bout of the night in the lightweight division. The Golden Eagle, Abbas Khan against George Eid, the Bulldozer.
والنزال الثالث بالنسخة الثانية من البي اف ال مينا سيريز في فئة اللايت ويت. المقاتل من الركن الأزرق من تونس عمر ذا فوربيدن وان ركويجي.
This fight, I expect, will not go the distance. The forbidden one, Omar Ragui, who weighs in 155 pounds, is 4-0, undefeated, and all wins come by first round stoppage. This week he said he looks to replicate that tomorrow night. The white gorilla Abdullah Salim, 5-0. Does not know what losing is like. He weighs in at the limit of the lightweight division at 156 pounds. All of his wins come by stoppage. A compact and explosive athlete. The calm before the storm. In 24 hours' time, these men will be facing off in that very cage. Now we move forward to our amateur showcase bout at Atterweight. Hatan Al-Saif is Aman Baraka.
المقاتلة من الركن الأزرق من مصر إيمان بركة.
Aman Baraka. 1-0 in her amateur career, but has a stellar background. The mainstay of the Egyptian national kickboxing team, comes with well-versed combat sport history.
من الرياض المملكة العربية السعودية حتان السيف.
A lot of pressure on this woman's shoulders, not least after her first opening bout into the world of MMA, where she had a stellar stoppage victory. All eyes will be on Hatan Al-Saif here in her home country of Saudi Arabia tomorrow night. Huge opportunity for a man to make a name for herself. Can Hatan Al-Saif continue her wave of forward momentum? Very confident there from Aman Baraka, not intimidated by the reputation. Will it be the same when they step into the PFL Smart Cage tomorrow night?
والنزال الخامس في فئة الوتر ويت المقاتل من الركن الأزرق من لبنان.
Move onto the welterweights in our regular season with Omar Ragui against Anthony Ziadan. Anthony Ziadan, the silent canine, fights out of Lebanon. In fact, he's the Lebanese national Muay Thai champion. 170 pounds. Backs up with a purple belt of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Great foundation for mixed martial arts.
Omar, God first and Dafrawi.
Omar El Dafrawi. 171 pounds on the limit. Godfist is his nickname. Based out of Bali, represents Egypt. 80% finish rate for Godfist. Both these men know what lies ahead of them. Huge opportunity, but they have to earn it tomorrow night. Another lightweight bout in our regular season. Ahmed Amir versus Suhail Tahiri. So he'll enter the stage tonight with 6 victories, 4 losses in a single draw. Hits the scale to 155 pounds, has a 100% finish rate. The Butcher, Ahmed Amir, representing Bahrain, the former Brave lightweight champion. Relentless in his pursuit of takedowns, constant movement. He's got a huge gas tank. And along with that Brave lightweight championship, told me he is all eyes focused in claiming that PFL MENA gold. I was also told to be careful of wagging my finger at someone. Ahmed Amir never got that warning. A lot of mutual respect, though, you can see between the Butcher and Sohail Tahiri. Josh Togo and Mohsen Mohamed Saifi continue our lightweight regular season. Mohsen Mohamed Saifi, 4-2. The 5-time Wushu Sanda world champion. 155 pounds for him. Very skilled in a variety of martial arts, but Wushu Sanda, an elite level, world-class competitor. Josh Togo, based in Australia, fights for Lebanon, former UAE welterweight champion. 155 pounds on the money as well for Josh. One of the most experienced fighters in the MENA season. Pro debut back in 2016. You instantly see the height advantage that Togo brings with him. Will that come into play tomorrow night? Badruddin Diani, the Dream Chaser, takes on Amir the Prince Fezli. In a welterweight bout in our regular season. 3 5-minute round, Morocco against Iran. The Prince, Amir Fezli, former UAE Warriors middleweight champion, coming down to welterweight for this one. Indeed. 170 pounds on the money, and that's great because it's his first fight out welterweight. Usually competes that middleweight division, doesn't seem to be affected by the cut, looks in great shape. Big smiles from Amir. Badruddin Diani, the Dream Chaser, representing Morocco, former UAE Warriors welterweight champion. Money once again at 170 pounds. 2 former UAE Warriors champs facing off here, looking to move towards PFL gold. A lot of talk about this contest, thinking it could be one that steals the show tomorrow night. The welterweight continues as Jarrah Al-Salawi against Rayman Atami. Less than a week's notice for Rayman coming into this bout. Last minute change. Was happy to take it, happy for the opportunity. Pro career began for this man back in November 2022, and he comes with an aggressive and fast starting style. 4 wins, 2 losses on his record. Wants to make it 5-2 tomorrow. Jarrah Al-Salawi, the Jordanian line, 19-6. Makes weight 170 pounds. See what it means to him. A lot of PFL experience for this competitor. This has competed on the global scene in the global series, but has come to his home territory of the Middle East looking to claim regional gold. A lot of support will be in the house for Jarrah Al-Salawi tomorrow night. Will that help him? Welterweight, 170 pounds regular season bout. Takes place in our co-main event. Mohamed Alaka against Yusuf Ubas. The Algerian Yusuf Ubas, 3-0, undefeated, representing Algeria. Last fight was on Bellator. He knows what the big stage is all about. 169 pounds and looks great for it. Another competitor moving down to welterweight. Other three bouts have been at middleweight. Doesn't seem to be too affected by the cut though. Big smiles. Mohamed Al-Akra, also undefeated at 5-0. The Kuwaiti says on his social media he's the best fighter in the Middle East. Knows this is his opportunity to prove it. Look at the height difference there. You can see that Rubas probably sits very, very well in that middleweight division. 6'3" for Ubas, 5'8" for Mohamed.
Joining me now, Yusuf. We haven't seen you like fighting for 2 years, and now you're putting on like your undefeated record online against someone like Mohamed Al-Akra. How do you feel about that?
Youssef, ça fait 2 ans que tu n'as pas combattu. Tu es invaincu et tu combats en face de quelqu'un comme Mohamed.
نسمع كثير عن محمد، صيته كبير معروف والناس تنتظره القتال هذا. كيف احساسك وكيف حضرت القتال هذا؟
حضرت مع الافضل بالعالم، حضرت مع افضل جيم بالعالم. باكر انتهى هو، راح تشوفون بطل جديد ان شاء الله من الشرق الاوسط من الكويت.
باذن الله نشوف لك ان شاء الله يا محمد بكره. لكن محمد يعني في الوزن عندك في نجوم كبار جايين، رسالتك لهم؟
هو اول شيء فخر وشرف اني العب مع ابطال نفس هذيل، بس انا راح ابين ان في ليفلز حق هاللعبه، وباذن الله باكر راح تشوفون كل شيء.
باذن الله. شكرا لكم جميعا، شكرا لك محمد، شكرا لك يوسف، وبالتوفيق للجميع ان شاء الله.
And our main event, a showcase fight in the middleweight division. Mustafa Nada from Saudi Arabia against the Algerian Abdelrahman Driai.
من ال PFL MENA سيريز اللي راح تقام بكره ان شاء الله في الرياض ابتداء من الساعه 6 في توقيت المملكه العربيه السعوديه من فئه الميدل ويت. It's a showcase fight. المقاتل من الركن الازرق من الجزائر عبد الرحمن سيلفر باك درياي.
Abdelrahman Driai, the silverback, 9-2, representing Algeria, bases himself in France now. I talked to him earlier this week, and he said, I am ready for war. I will never give up. And as he weighs in at 186 pounds, you see that this man is certainly ready for what is to come tomorrow night. Looks in great shape.
من الركن الأحمر من جدة المملكة العربية السعودية مصطفى ندى.
And it'll have to be because this man, Mustafa Nada, will be competing in front of a home crowd tomorrow. Well, those competed at Madison Square Garden on a PFL Global Series event as he hits the scales at 184 pounds. He told me he is more nervous for this fight, being at home in front of friends, family, and indeed students from his gym. He'll have to be fully focused to get past the silverback tomorrow night. A scintillating main event here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia to headline our second PFL MENA show. Mustafa Nada versus the silverback, Abdelrahman Driai.
شكرا لك مبارك. عبد الرحمن، التحضير يعني جولة كبيرة في البي اف ال مينا نفسها حاليا لك، راح تقابل خصم ثقيل مثل مصطفى ندى، كيف كانت تجهيزاتك له خلال يعني الأسابيع الماضية؟
كانت ان تورنوا كانت جولة رائعة في البي اف ال. انت كيف جهزت للمباراة هذه وللجيم هذه؟
It's a big opportunity for me to fight in PFL. I saw the show on TV, and now I'm here, so I want to prove I have my place, so it's good.
So we have seen a lot of fights, Abdulrahman. What did you change like in just preparation for Mustafa itself?
Like it was a good opportunity for me to fight in PFL. I do a big preparation to do a good job, so I think it will be a good war.
Best of luck, Abdulrahman. Now we hear from our opponent, Mustafa. حياك مصطفى. مصطفى، احنا شفنا مصطفى قبل في البي اف ال في البلاي اوفس على مستوى عالمي، المره هذه نشوف مصطفى في الرياض وفي منصه كبيره بالنسبه لك تقدم للجمهور، كيف احساسك خلال الفتره هذه؟
والله احساسي لاول مره داخل المملكه العربيه السعوديه البي اف ال، احساس مره جميل. ان شاء الله نوريكم مباراه ممتعه، لعب مهاري قبل اي شيء. تشوفوا ان شاء الله الفنون القتاليه المختلطه على اصولها باذن الله، ونحاول ان شاء الله ان احنا داخل بلدنا ان احنا نقدر نتحكم في الكنترول، طبعا يكون حبايبنا كلهم بيشوفونا، ولكن باذن الله نتحكم فيها ونقدر نتملك المباراه ونمشي على الخطه، وان شاء الله الفوز من نصيبنا باذن الله.
كل التوفيق ان شاء الله يا مصطفى. السؤال الاساسي يعني بالنسبه لي، وش اختلف معك في التحضير عبد الرحمن خلال القتال هذا؟
والله شوف انا مستعد لاي احد، يعني ماني مركز على عبد الرحمن او ايا كان، اي احد هيجي يلعب معي داخل الحلبه. انا داخل الحلبه لازم اظهر مهاراتي، اظهر الاشياء اللي انا تمرنت عليها، وان شاء الله يعني نمشي على الخطه والفوز يكون من نصيبنا باذن الله.
باذن الله. بالتوفيق لمصطفى، بالتوفيق لعبد الرحمن، شكرا لكم، ان شاء الله بالتوفيق جميع مقاتلين الليله. نرجع لك مبارك.
The reason why I signed with the PFL is because they are willing to develop the sport, most importantly in Africa. I stand for my people, for my community. There is a lot of talent in Africa who just need an opportunity and a platform to perform.
A new day brings new opportunity. Opportunity fuels growth. It inspires future generations. Opportunity changes lives.
I believe I'll be a world champion. That'll mean the world to me.
Kasanganai has done it! The PFL Light Heavyweight Champion!
That's the Professional Fighters League mission.
See! With the wheel kick knockout!
As the PFL launches regional leagues across the world.
We're creating the Champions League of MMA.
Providing a path for rising talent to reach the global stage. With PFL Europe and PFL MENA up and running.
A big finish for Al Qahtani on home soil!
And Australia, LATAM and Asia to follow. PFL is proud to announce PFL Africa.
It is a new day for MMA in Africa.
The most talented MMA fighters from across the continent competing at world-class events hosted in Africa.
PFL will show all the talents in Africa, and that's why I'm very, very proud to be a part of that.
Forging a new path for African fighters to follow their dream.
This will definitely be the opportunity of their life, because now they're going to have something to dream about.
It's an exciting time for PFL. It's an exciting time for those athletes. When leaders in sports and communities come together, we can unlock something special for Africa.
Creating opportunity like nothing before it.
It will provide for my family, and I can show Africa that everything is possible.
To get something like this to bring back home, to give opportunity to my people, for me is like a huge accomplishment.
PFL Africa. Coming 2025.
It is finally coming. PFL Africa arrives in 2025. And I've got to say, I've spoken to the likes of MMA legends like Randy Couture, Dan Hardy, Sean O'Connell, who've all voiced how excited they are for the arrival of PFL Africa. Francis Ngannou, who will be chairman, is a fine example of just the talent that region has to offer. And PFL Africa will unearth a plethora of what we hope to be world-class athletes in the coming years. 2025 is just the start of that. And here with PFL MENA and PFL Europe, we've seen how well this system works. Dakota Ditchefer, who won in PFL Europe in its inaugural season, now taking part on the global stage and doing very, very well. She's through to the playoffs next month. It shows the trajectory, shows the career path that these regional leagues are building. For the first time in this sport, there's a way to lay out how your career can go. Earn your way into a regional PFL league. Do what you can, win the championship, earn the money, and then with that success comes global opportunities. And that's what these athletes tomorrow night will all be looking to do. Our main event, a scintillating middleweight bout between Mustafa Nada and Abdulrahman Driai. Two very ferocious, chiseled looking athletes will go head to head in our main event. And then our co-main event, equally enthralling. We see the height difference there, 6'3" for Yusuf Wubas against the 5'8" Mohamed Al-Akra. How will that come into play tomorrow night? Mohamed, a very, very skilled athlete, both undefeated. Someone's O, as they say, has to go. That will take place in our co-main event. So much to look forward to here tomorrow night. Please do come and join us wherever we are being broadcast in your region. I hope Stefan Struve is going to be with me. I hope he's not going to get too angry at me, thanks to England being in the European Football Championship final this weekend and knocking out his country of the Netherlands. But all eyes, no doubt, will be here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia tomorrow night as the best fighters in this region collide. Who, from the welterweights and the lightweights, will continue their journey to a regional championship and $100,000 and future opportunities, all to come tomorrow night here in Saudi Arabia. Do come and join us wherever you may be. You see the fighters here. There's so much to look forward to. I can't wait. I wish it was happening right now. But thank you for watching. Check us out on PFLMMA.com to find out where you can watch us. From me, Andy Shepherd, I will see you tomorrow night for the second half of the PFL MENA regular season.